Keep getting better, okay?
Did you have some milk?
11-month-old Ava is alone in a Hong Kong hospital.
I can't bear it.
Hospital authorities separated her from her parents after she was admitted with a fever and tested positive for COVID. Their only link is a video call.
Okay, calm down, darling.
Nurse, can you give her a cuddle for us, please? Can you cuddle her and comfort her? Please, nurse.
The parents, who asked to be called by their first names, say their daughter usually loves playing and has quite the appetite. Now, they are the latest family torn apart by a zero-COVID policy that separates infected loved ones, even a helpless infant.
Just traumatic, heartbreaking situation that we wouldn't wish on any parent
just like
ever.
A real-life nightmare.
They hope to get Ava discharged immediately and the family reunited in an isolation facility. The hospital authorities, who answer to the government, says under current policy, parents and children who all test positive can be arranged to stay together. So Ava's parents need to test positive to be reunited in an isolation facility.
For the arrangement of the children and parents in the same hospital, we try our best to arrange the children and the parent who are be confirmed to be COVID positive in the same hospital in order so that the parents can give care to the children.
The hospital authority says that when Ava was admitted, she was in respiratory distress in the ICU where no visitors are allowed. In a statement to CNN, it adds, the hospital understands the stress of the parents for not being able to accompany their child. Therefore, video call would be arranged up to 3 times a day. Laura and Nick are planning to get screened at a government testing center. They say they're hoping to test positive only so they could be reunited with their baby at a quarantine camp. 2 years into the pandemic, and it's come to this. Hong Kong is at the mercy of its worst ever outbreak and a punishing zero-COVID policy. The healthcare system is overwhelmed. Many here say the policies have failed as an outbreak of frustration grows. Is there enough capacity to keep families together?
So I think that's something that the government really needs to think about. And I think that needs to be really considered as policymakers are kind of drafting these guidelines is what are the knock-on effects of certain decisions.
Ava's condition has improved. If the family is not reunited in quarantine camp, Ava can only return home once she tests negative, at least 7 days after she first tested positive.
If she's in stable condition, why can't we just take her home? Like, we have to isolate at home anyway for 14 days. We're not going to leave the house. Just come home and just let her be with us, her familiar surroundings, and not in a hospital by herself.
We're not asking for a spare bed at the hospital. I will stand next to her bed. I will sit on a chair next to her for the remaining 5 days. I need to be with her.
As the rest of the world moves on and learns to live with COVID, a family in Hong Kong
You get better, Bubba, you get better.
Bubba,
we miss
we
you.
love
so.
is separated and traumatized by a zero-tolerance approach to the virus. And with mandatory testing ordered for the entire city of 7.4 million, it is likely they won't be the last. Christy Lustau, CNN, Hong Kong.
She's from Milky.